Greenville, South Carolina, and the Bilo Center. Your host for the Class 4A 2012 Competitive Cheer Championship here in the state of South Carolina on the SCHSL Network. Hello, everybody. I am Birch Antley, joined by Taylor Easton, former cheerleader at Clemson University, and by David Buckman, former cheerleader at the University of South Carolina. Taylor, we've got a wide open field this year. Malden has won the last 2 championships, but it could be anybody's trophy in 2012.
Yeah, this is the division where, honestly, almost any team here has a legitimate shot at winning.
David, it should be fun. No doubt we will see some excellent cheering here today.
Oh, absolutely. From what we've seen already this season, I mean, obviously Malden's probably pretty good. You got your Boiling Springs, Lexington, Dutch Fork, Northwestern. I mean, it's anybody's game right now. This 4A division is lit, full of talented teams. So I'm curious to see who's going to win this thing today.
Well, the mascots are certainly ready, and we know the young ladies behind them are as well, and we will have all of the exciting action for you. You will not miss a single flip when we return to Greenville, South Carolina. We'll get it started with the Patriots of J.L. Mann here in the Class 4A State Championship, only on the South Carolina High School League Network.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today. My name is Paul. I work for Time Warner Cable as a network engineer. Working with Connect a Million Minds, I've gotten to see how the minds of a lot of young people work. It's watching the light bulb come on, and you really understand that child just had a spark go off, and you helped create that spark.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Center in Greenville, South Carolina. We're ready to start the Class 4A 2012 Competitive Cheer State Championship. Birch Antley, David Buckman, and Taylor Easton here with you. And here are the Patriots from J.L. Mann High School to get this championship underway. All right, the Patriots from J.L. Mann High School. Taylor, we'll start with you. We said this was going to be the tightest classification that we have seen in years, that it's anybody's game right now, and JL Man just opened up this Class 4A competition, already setting the bar rather high. They start out with those standing backs, and from start to finish, a great routine.
Yeah, they have so much difficulty, and it was a really clean routine. You saw right there from the beginning, they had all the standing tumbling to full. You see a beautiful basket there in the back, and then they're gonna just come out the gate with lots of tumbling. We'll see lots of fulls through here. It was a really, really good routine, and that's the way you start out the 4A division.
Yeah, David, they're setting the tone for this 4A classification. This is going to be one of the best that we have ever covered, I do believe.
Definitely. Right now, JL Man, it came out. They had strong tumbling. Right now, you see strong stunning. Not even a bobble right now. A lot of transitions there into the scorpions, into the scales. They're going to pull out, rippling that down. I mean, right now, this is a very sharp team. It's a very sharp division. And it's all going to come down to execution and who's the complete dominant force in this 4A division.
Yeah, like you can see right here in this pyramid, that's a really difficult pyramid. Not only are they twisting and tick-tocking, but they're doing it simultaneously. So you'll see through here, they have their inversions right there with that suspended forward roll, with the split, and they're bringing it right back up, and they're having so much energy throughout the entire thing, they're going to invert it again.
It's going to be very difficult to be a judge here today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, you can tell with what they're doing from what we've seen in 2A and 3A, this would be a great routine. But when we move to 4A, you have to start looking at how many fulls do they have, how elite are their stunts, and how dominating are they. And right now, this is a great routine, but I'm sure we're going to see many great routines the rest of the day.
We certainly are, and we are so glad to have it for you here on the South Carolina High School League Network for the 4A State Championship 2012. Won the last 2 years by the Malden Mavericks. We'll see them in just a moment, but right now, we have the Rebels from Burns High School. Robin Bronson is their coach. So let's welcome to the Red Square here at the Bilo Center in Greenville, J.F. Burns High School. Another great performance here in the Class 4A State Championship, and We're just 2 teams in. The Burns Rebels, Coach Robin Bronson, great job, great routine. David, I'll start with you. I love how they move that mat. Just a lot of movement, wonderful choreography.
Exactly. For those who don't know Burns, this is a completely different Burns team. They're in a new direction. They have a new coach. They're strong. Their stunts are hidden. And also, this is their first time at state. And I think that they have made a great showing. They're loud. I mean, they definitely put on a good show.
But the whole time I was watching, I was just like, where did this Burns team come from? Everybody knows they've always been great at football, but they're pretty dang good at cheerleading too. Like everything. They have lots and lots of tumbling. You can tell they have great choreography, lots of synchronized tumbling. You'll see those full baskets in the back, and then they're gonna have this full twisting layout coming to the front. Like they've got it all going on for them, and I can't wait to see where this program goes in the future.
Yeah, it's a young team as well, David, and this is what I like. They use a lot of stunts, and they are not afraid to move with them.
Exactly. Right now, this is their their elite stunt sequence. They're moving it around. It's nice and clean. And like one thing I like to see in routine is block structure. That means they have a stunning section. They stop, they clean, as you saw, and now they're moving to their next section. They stop, and now they're moving again. And right now, that's what you need in choreography so that judges can see what you're doing, and that's exactly what they did, and I'm sure they're going to be scored well by doing so.
It was crisp.
Yeah, it was really clean, and one thing I noticed, they stunt a lot in this routine.
Yes.
From here on out, they're in their stunt groups. You don't see their top girls touch the ground for a long time because they're going to do pyramids, they're going to do an additional stunt sequence. They're stunning for a long time, and I like how they did these 2 separate pyramids. And right now you can see they're moving into 3 separate pyramids, so they're just moving all over the place, lots of transitions and lots of stunts.
Excellent routine by the Burns Rebels. Now it's going to get a little loud here in the Bilo Center as we have some more teams ready to make their way from behind the black curtain as we finish up a wonderful dance routine here from the Burns Rebels. And again, just a fine performance by the Burns Rebels.
You can just see how much fun they're having right here in the dance.
Excellent job.
And we're going to see a lot of teams today. And right now, just
another great performance.
Keep your mind on Burns, and we're going to see what's going to happen throughout the day. Because right now, I know these skills are going to get more and more elite as we continue. And this is our former state champions, the Malden Mavericks.
2-time defending state champs. It's going to get loud for the Malden Mavericks coaches Betty Mitchell and Beth Ward. Here they go.
This is a warning for all the hands about to wait.
Well, when you are the back-to-back reigning state champs, you get a certain intangible, David, that nobody else has, and that's called swagger. And we see it right here from the Malden Mavericks. Spot-on performance. Again, they dial it in right here in the Bilo Center in Greenville.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of swag, as you say. Malden, this is probably the best they looked all season. Clean. You see right now you see one girl fighting to save that standing. When you're a former state champion, you have to do that kind of thing to save your team. Right now they're in the sport golden scale, and they're going to pull out as a team. Pretty good seed on that as well. So right now, I think Malden probably may be at the top of what we only had 3 groups to go so far.
And all 3 have put in outstanding performances, but this performance from Malden is also top-notch. Taylor, take us through some of these stunts as they build this pyramid.
This pyramid is so innovative. It just keeps coming at you everywhere. You see, they take it from the top, they invert it, they bring it back up, they're going to TikTok it, and then they're going to bring it down, and then they're moving formations while they're doing it. The synchronization looks good, and then they're going to keep going. They're going to roll it up, and then just when you think they're done, they bring it down to the backs of the bases, and then continue to invert
I was going to say how strong these bases are. You know, a lot of times they get overlooked because our eyes are being drawn to the top of the pyramid, but those bases, they kept their feet still, their legs still. What a job by those girls.
Yeah, and that's something like we were saying earlier with Chapin. Like, really, really good teams, if you watch their bases, they're not moving. And like you saw right there in those beautiful switch kick pulls, their bases, a lot of times you'll see some baskets where the bases have to travel to catch their top girl. Those bases, they tossed her up, and she came right back down to where she originally began.
Yeah, the individual pyramids, they're really still.
Oh, definitely. And one thing, if you're new to cheerleading, watch the floor. If you can see pauses, everybody stop, and the formations look clean, that means they're doing something good. And right now, their sign work and their dance, that's extremely creative, and I think they're going to get recognized for that. And you got to think, in this 4A division, something as simple as a dance coming from an 8 to a 9 can possibly move them up 3, maybe 4 spaces.
Excellent job here by Malden as we move into the dance portion of their routine.
Yeah, Malden,
Well, when you
every single year,
are the
they come to state
back-to-back
and they
reigning
always
state
bring something
champs,
new that you haven't seen them
you
done, and that's something you don't
get a
expect.
certain
And with their sign work there in the dance, I wasn't expecting it, and it was fun. And little stuff like that is what makes them who they are, and the reason why they've won the past 2 years.
Yeah, the little things add up, and they go a long way. Well, we're only 3 performances in, and it has been awesome so far. Now we will welcome in the Lexington Wildcats. Shannon Kennedy and Lee Watson are the coaches. Here they are, the Wildcats from Lexington High School, competing for the 4A state championship. going on and on and on here in the 4A state championship. David, this is a routine that just puts a smile on your face. It is completely built around timing, and these girls nailed it.
Well, Birch, it just got real. The Glam girls from Lexington basically came out here and put it on the floor. Like I said earlier, you're going to see fulls, but right now with the Lexington team, you saw 5, 6 fulls going off. You saw extremely difficult stunts, and it was clean. So right now, they're definitely the team to beat in this Class 4A division.
Completely just a fun routine. As a spectator, you're getting your money's worth.
Absolutely. When I was watching it, I think I counted 9 fulls in there. Then it was so great to see. As soon as they had hit their stunts, you could see it on the coaches' faces. You could see it on the girls' faces. They knew that they were going to hit their routine. You could see it right here. They start out strong in their biggest strength, which is their tumbling, and they're going to go right through. You can count them. There's a full. You're going to have it's just fulls everywhere. And it's not just the fact that they're putting the fulls on the floor. They're pretty fulls too. You're going to see straight legs from every single one of them. It is their technique, everything. They have it all this year, and I think that this is the year that they're really banking on something good to happen.
And to add on with Taylor, this is an extremely dangerous routine. There's so much high impact elements that it can take just one little mistake to knock a whole section off. And the good thing about Lexington, even though this routine was extremely difficult, they still managed to get through it almost flawless.
Yeah, like you can see right there in their stunts when they did a switch up to lib and immediately pulled through to that scale. Like they're doing so much in it, and they have so much confidence when they're doing it. You can tell that when they're in practice that they're hitting this routine and that they were expecting to hit this routine, and they're having so much fun doing it.
Now these baskets, these ball fulls and how high, that's unique. I haven't seen anybody here do that today. So right now Lexington's standing apart, and right now they're moving into a second pyramid section where they're showing off some more body lines, and there's a lot of talented girls on this team right now.
Yeah,
and they just keep going and going.
You can tell that there's just something special about this squad this year, because it seems like every year Lexington has one minor thing that goes wrong for them, and then it just, since their routines are always so jam-packed, it usually costs them the championship. But this year, this could be their year.
Yeah, the only thing remotely that you could call a slip-up, you just can't find it. I just don't see it there.
Yeah, that was execution at its finest.
Excellent job by Lexington. Now let's welcome in the Cavaliers from Dorman High School, coached by Cammie Appleton. They are ready to take the red mat and perform here in the 4A State Championship.
Shit, man. I gotta do that.
The Dorman Cavaliers. Taylor, I don't know if this is a state championship or an all-star meet.
This is, I can't even begin to describe it. Before the competition started, I said, I hope all of the teams hit, and so far, they all are, and that's what makes it so much more exciting for us because the door is wide open. Dorman just gave a great performance, one of the best performances they've given all year.
Yeah, Dorman, absolutely wonderful. We'll take a look at their routine, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of movement, especially at the end when we'll see their dance routine. It was very sassy.
One thing that Cammie does for her team, she makes sure that they stay extremely sharp. Like even with their stunts, nobody's moving. They're coming down, you have some transitions, body lines, everybody's gonna pop out. They're doing their chin-chins, just like you saw with Greenville, popping out together, everything's back up, and then they're gonna pull down together. Right now, everything's extremely sharp, and it's a blocked out routine. So I tip my hat off to her, so she's gonna get the execution points. As for difficulty, I say she maxed out on all that as well. So it's gonna be a tough competition right now.
Yeah, you can see they're going into the tumbling section right now, and you're going to see a lot of tumbling. You'll see a couple fulls when they come through. Here they go. And that's what you're going to see here in 4A. There's always going to be a lot of tumbling, and that's almost what sets them apart from everybody. All the 4A teams have elite tumbling, elite stunning. They maxed out with their 4-man stunt groups, doing their switch-ups, and their switch-ups were solid. Right here, you see they're maxing out in their jumps. They're doing their combinations. And Cammie, like David said, does such a great job. Her choreography is great. It's definitely a different style of cheerleading than what everybody else does, but that's what Dorman's known for. And right here in the pyramid, it's just a little bit of that Dorman swagger. They're doing their own thing, and it works for them every year.
Absolutely, and right now you see them, they're doing their inversions, coming back up. And with this 4A division, it's just the cleanliness right now is amazing. And look at the sink is hitting. All these girls are trained veterans. And one thing I can say from the sport of cheerleading, having a football background myself, you can't just train a girl to do this in a year. It takes years and years and years of training just to be able to get the tumbling and the body control needed to do these maneuvers. So cheerleading, it's a difficult sport. And right now, Dorman did a great job. And moving into their dance, another sharp, hip, very modern dance that they're doing in the hip-hop routine.
Yeah, excellent routine there all around from start to finish from the Cavaliers of Dorman High School. Now let's welcome in from Greenville, the Wade Hampton Generals. All right, the Wade Hampton Generals. David, right now the theme for this Class 4A state championship has been cleanliness. Another clean routine. This one put in by Wade Hampton.
Absolutely. And one thing about Wade Hampton, usually in the 4A division, you're going to see teams maxing out with 24 stunners, maybe 20. Wade Hampton came out with 16. And one thing I can say about this group of 16 girls, they pack a big punch. And they're a clean team as well. Notice you see a lot of the strong tumblers. So for them to only have 16 athletes on the floor, they have 16 quality athletes on the floor. As you see, majority squad round off back handspring tucks.
Yeah, and a lot of times you'll see teams, they'll go out there with maybe they'll have the 24 athletes, but everybody won't do something. You'll see some girls standing in the back. What Wade Hampton does, like David said, they have 16 on the mat, but there is no room to hide, especially since it's such a small team. Everybody's doing everything. You'll see so many people tumbling. Everybody's stunning, and everything is done with great technique, especially in the tumbling section. You see some really, really beautiful tumbling in here.
Yeah, and David, after this tumbling run, they'll start to build the pyramid, which I thought was very interesting to me. If I'm a judge, it's a different look. They're getting a different angle than from the other teams.
Absolutely. It's with them having only 4 stunt groups, to make this legal, every flipper has to have a bracer on both hands. So in order to do that, they have to have a diamond formation, which you saw, so they can still get the same effect of having more people flipping, which basically ups their pyramid difficulty level.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's a risky thing to do, doing that diamond formation right there. That was something different that we haven't seen today. It was like their top girl did a half twist and then they let her out rather than her doing a full twist. It's a little bit more difficult to stop yourself in the middle of that rather than doing that full twist. Right here, you'll see their kick fulls. That was really, really pretty. And then they're going to keep going, and they're going to keep stunning because you have to have that additional stunning element. But Wade Hampton, last year they were in 3A. They were even smaller last year. But this year in 4A, I really commend them for doing such a great job because this is such a difficult division. And they're contenders. They're great.
And bringing out the pom-poms. First time we have seen that all day, incorporating some of that traditional element into the modern cheer. Well, now let's welcome in from the Rock Hill area the Falcons of Nation Ford High School. Here they go, Nation Ford and the Falcons. there you have the Bluffton Bobcats and Coach Beth Herring, and a nice routine there for Bluffton High School near Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. Great job. We'll start with you, Taylor Easton. They really worked in a lot of elements, even brought in some artistic style in the dance as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a very different dance. You can see right here, they were going in their stunts. This is another clean routine. I was really impressed. You see some great flexibility there in the back. The thing that's going to hurt them is they had some front spots on there, and that's that 5-man stunts, which isn't going to let them max out. But you'll see right here, they have a lot of standing tumbling. They have a lot of running tumbling. They might not be as strong as the other teams in it, but they still highlight their strengths.
Yeah, and it still looks good.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, you still see they're in this tumbling. So they obviously have a lot of tumbling on this team. So right now they're going to transition into what I believe to be their jumps. They have really good jumps. The timing looks good. And it's a strong team, majority back handspring. So they're going to score well within the tumbling section. Now, as for fulls within their running tumbling, that's what's going to set them apart from some of the other more elite teams. So tumbling is key in 4A cheerleading.
Yeah, and in 4A, it's things just so small that can set squads apart. Like whether the team has a couple more fulls than the other, and little things, because this competition is going to be so close. But Bluffton put on a really clean routine, great choreography. I loved the dance. Right here you see they're tumbling into the pyramid, and then they're going to go ahead and they're going to invert it. It looks good. They did a great job with choreography, and I really like how their uniforms look in the arms, especially when they're spinning. Everything, the body lines look really good, and you see right when they're connected from afar, it looks really good.
Yeah, and the entry into that pyramid, David, that's what we talk about when we say a creative end.
Correct. Pretty much they have to do something other than going straight up. They go straight up, obviously that's going to affect their score. So they have to do something creative. And boy, did they have some fun in that dance, did they not?
It looks pretty good. It was a lot different than what I've seen them do in the past. And then especially they were highlighting the guy there at the end. And here in South Carolina, obviously you can only have one guy on your team, so you might as well highlight him, and they did a really great job of it.
They certainly did, from Bluffton, South Carolina. Bluffton High School, it's been a wonderful, tight competition so far from the moment that we opened this Class 4A state championship with J.L. Mann, the Patriots coming in and really just setting the tone for what has been 7 great performances so far. And now we have coming up the Nation Ford Falcons, and a great crowd on hand too. Yeah, and they're really getting into it. And I think that might be feeding these girls in these schools, because they feed off the crowd and they want to hit it and perform for the crowd as much as they want to perform for themselves.
It makes such a big difference when you have a whole crowd behind you yelling the words with your cheer, going crazy when you hit your stunts, because the cheerleaders definitely feed off of that. Because right here when they're running onto the mat, when you have a crowd there cheering you on, it gets you pumped up, and they definitely have an advantage when they have that big crowd there yelling with them.
Coach Kristen Rhodes brings her Nation Ford Falcons to the floor here in Greenville, South Carolina at the Bilo Center. We will have 8 more teams after Nation Ford, but let's take a look at this routine from the Falcons.
you're better, we call your bluff. You can't bring us down because we're built for tough.
There you have it from the Rock Hill area. The Falcons of Nation Ford High School. Taylor Easton, they are a newer school competing in Class 4A here in the state of South Carolina. What are your overall impressions of the routine they just put on for us here?
Yeah, last year they were in 3A last year, and they were really, really good. I believe they got third last year. So they kind of came out, they were brand new, and everyone was like, where is this team coming from? And now making the transition to 4A, they're getting all the elements together that they need to have with the tumbling and the stunts. The only thing that I think is going to hurt them is the fact that they only have 4 stunts in the air.
Also, some things that we also noticed were some falls within their stunts, and on the judges panel, what they call a clean bottom. On the bottom of the score sheet, there's an area where they actually mark falls or drops. So usually if you have a routine where you don't have any falls or drops like we saw with the other teams, they will have a 10 at the bottom. Nation Ford, from what I saw, had 2 drops, so they will probably have an 8 on the bottom for the majority of the judges. But overall, they're still a strong team, and in 4A, you can still see where they have the elite skills needed to be competitors.
So if we do have a drop, David, how many points could that be deducted from their score sheet?
Per drop on the judges panel, that will be 4 total on their total. That'll be 4 points taken away for each drop on their total score. So for the cumulative score from all the judges, for every drop, there will be 4. So with this team, they will automatically have 8 points taken away just for the 2 drops they've already had.
Yeah, and right now we're looking at the jumps, and I want to point out when they were David was speaking, but when they were doing their toe touch back handsprings, their technique in those toe touch back handsprings, a lot of time people will sacrifice their technique in the toe touch so they can get through on the back handspring. It was beautiful. You saw pointed toes everywhere, saw straight legs in the back handsprings. Their technique in this team is really good, but right now here in the cheer, they lost their voices just a little bit, and that's going to hurt them in their communication. But there was so much going on. It was very visually appealing.
Oh, absolutely. And right now you can see that other hiccup in their pyramid, so that's going to cost them some points as well. But one thing, like Taylor said, within their jumps and within most of the things, look at their body lines. You can tell these are veteran girls. You can tell they're not rookies within this stunning realm. So right now they're doing a great job, and now they're transitioning into their dance, and I thought it was a pretty cool dance that they had.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and they moved the floor around very well, not only in the dance, but throughout the entire routine as well.
Yeah, they came here to perform, and they did exactly that. It might not exactly be the routine they were hoping for with a couple hiccups, but with them being in 4A, this is the big time, and I think they should be really happy with the performance they gave.
There you have it. All right, we are halfway through the 4A state championship. 8 more teams yet to go, and here is the runner-up from a year ago, the Bulldogs from Bowling Springs High School, Coach Tina Svensson. This should be an outstanding routine to watch. Bowling Springs very, very talented. Last year's runner-up, let's see what they can do here in 2012. Taylor Easton, I tell you, Bowling Springs just brought a hammer into the Bilo Center and nailed it.
Yeah, they came to win. This has been a team that in the past 3 years, they've gone from not qualifying to getting runner-up at state and to potentially becoming a state champion today. They just nailed everything. I don't think I saw any flaws.
Yeah, David, it was awesome from the very start, and you heard in their background music, we came here to win.
Oh, absolutely. If you look at the style of Bowling Springs right now, you can compare them to the 3A Chapin School, and it was clean. And I think, honestly, in this 4 division, it's going to come down to personal preference on the judging panel. Because right now, when you compare them to the 4A Lexington type team, you see a lot of fluff, you see a lot of hard elements. But here, they have skills, and they take away all the fluff, and they're going to show you their skills, and then they're going to basically do it extremely clean. And one thing, you know me, I like clean squads, and I can see everything they're doing. They're showing me the elements, and they're doing it perfectly. As you see, timed perfectly all the way through their dismounts with their kick pulls, not just pull downs. Great job.
And quiet bases.
Yeah.
We see that.
They're not moving. The only time the bases moved was when they were actually supposed to. You saw their stunt groups. They moved while they were in heel stretches, which is really difficult after switching it up. You're seeing lots of tumbling here, lots of pulls, lots of layouts with good technique, and that's what the judges are looking for right here because they know they have all the difficulty. Now they're looking to see, are their legs straight? And you see right here, she's doing a full through to full, which is extremely difficult, especially on the hard floor with only this much mat.
Yeah, and we've said the little things make a difference, David, and this may make the biggest difference, what Bowling Springs is bringing to the table right now. It got really loud here with the audience because of all the stunt work that they were doing, but they had, I think, one of the loudest cheers, and you could still hear them over the din of the crowd.
Oh, absolutely, and that's one thing that you can tell that their technique is that good. And when you have good technique, it's easy to do cheers. It's easy to talk loud because you're not having to put forth a lot of effort into it because your top girl has great lines, she has great flexibility, and that helps you out a whole lot. And like I said earlier, within this 4A group, what's different shades of perfect. And what type of perfect will you like? Well, I like the Bowling Springs type perfect. I like it. It's clean.
All right, there you have it. This has been one heck of a 4A state championship, that's for sure. And now another team to watch out for, the Trojans from Northwestern High School out of Rock Hill. Kara McManus has another elite squad, and they are ready to take the red carpet here at the Bilo Center in Greenville. Here are the Trojans from Northwestern High School.
Trojans, are you ready? So hot, don't stop, jealous of them. Gosh, yesterday, that's the way everybody can say. Trojans are burning hot, show your boys back.
Well, David Buckman, you were just talking about which shade of purple do you like. Your shade of purple is the clean shade. Northwestern must know that because, again, another clean performance. Northwestern just wows the crowd here. Spectacular performance by the Trojans.
Yeah, that was definitely another shade of perfect. I am so glad right now that I'm not on that judging panel because it's going to be extremely difficult to pick a winner in this 4A class. I think it's going to come down to a bent knee. That's how close it's going to be. But right now you can see Northwestern moving into what I think to be their stunt. This roll-up is one of the coolest things, I think, one of the coolest transitions into an elite stunt I think I've seen already in this whole competition so far. Solid stunts, nobody's moving except for when they're supposed to. And they got a young man on their routine who I think a lot of colleges will be glad to pick up into their cheer program as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of colleges would be happy to have most of the girls on this team because there is a lot of fools. You see right here they have the standing to fools. There's a lot of standing tucks, which they do late in the routine, which is so difficult a lot of times because you're so out of breath. But you're going to see nothing less than a layout through here. They're doing such a great job. This program has gotten so strong over the years. And you saw there was just that little hiccup right there where the girl tumbling hit the guy, but guess what? They overcame it, and there was nothing happened after that. They just kept going, and you couldn't even tell if you missed it.
And that's very minor.
That's extremely minor. I don't even know if the judges may have even picked up on that because that is just so minor in the whole realm of things. Everything right now, they're going into this pyramid, and it is so complex right there with that step over. So creative in the pyramid. This right here is what really got me doing the handstand all the way up to the top because that is so incredibly difficult. And thanks to the new rules this year, they can do things like that. And right there with that tick-tock while they're spinning it around, that's also extremely difficult and a cool creative out of that pyramid.
Yeah, and David, Northwestern, they're doing things different. It's not the same thing that we're seeing from every other team. Just like those inversions, they were a little bit different.
Absolutely, and with removing double downs and doubling baskets, teams had to get more creative, and I think by removing the double downs, by allowing them to do inversions, that kind of upped the ante, and now teams are being more creative, and you can tell right now that it's helping us out. And one thing I know with this division being this close, who knows, that one little mess up may be something that may come to bite them in the end, but I hope it doesn't.
Yeah, it's going to be so tight here. You see right at the end, they have two girls falling and the guys throwing a standing pool at the end of that difficult
David
routine.
Buckman,
That was just jam-packed. There was no downtime in that. Like, I don't even know how they do it. Cheerleading, it's just getting tougher and tougher every year.
And for those who don't know, standing fulls, that's the hardest standing tumbling flip that you can possibly do on the floor.
Well, David Taylor, you both went to high school in the state of South Carolina. Both went to college in the state of South Carolina. I think today, the Class 4A, they must have had a conference call and said, let's show the world that the state of South Carolina and the Class 4A division, we mean some business in competitive cheering because all of these teams have put on a great performance.
It's incredible. I've been at this competition for as long as I can remember, and I've never seen it like this before.
All right, coming up next, the Irmo Yellow Jackets. Last time they won a state title was back in 1998. They are another fun team to watch, coached by Lisa Boulware and Linda Miller. Here are the Yellow Jackets from Irmo High School.
Camera action, that black and gold, it's the year of the Jack.
There you go, the Irmo Yellow Jackets, coaches Lisa Boulware and Linda Miller. And again, another great routine here in the 4A state championships. Taylor, we'll start with you. What did you like about the Irmo Yellow Jackets?
I am so impressed with their stunt sequence. They probably had one of the most difficult stunt sequences we've seen. Their creative in was incredible. They did a half-in switch up, and that is so difficult. It's so much tougher than a regular switch up. It's really, really difficult, and that's what really set them apart in their stunning section. And you'll see that they have 6 stunt groups, so every single person on the mat is stunning. They're showing their flexibility here. Good sync on the full downs. Their stunning is definitely their strength.
Definitely. And Irmo's another one of those teams that consistently go to UCA camp in the summer. And one thing I could talk about is their feeder program. They have a C team, a B team, and then go all the way up to their varsity team. And you could tell just by the leadership from those teams that it's displaying here and it's helping them out. But within their tumbling, you can see strong, synchronized tumbling, a lot of layouts, and I think they're going to close with the full. That's going to help them out too. Obviously, within 4A, you need more than one full to really max out, but they still have a pretty solid score in that category. Right here, they're moving on to full-ups into their pyramid. That's extremely difficult. And then they're going to tick-tock into an arabesque, which is another difficult maneuver going into their inversion. That's pretty solid pyramid so far.
You can see, like, stunning is just their strength, and their choreographer did a great job highlighting that. You'll see they're doing their creative out for rolling out of the pyramid. And right now they're going to go into their jumps, and you see you have to have that combination sequence. And not only did they just do the combination, but then they went ahead and connected it to a back handspring with ease. None of the girls were struggling with the back handsprings. Everybody was doing it, and it looked really good, and they had great technique.
Yeah, those rollouts from the pyramid, David, it's becoming very, very popular, especially in the 4A. Sometimes, though, as a spectator, it can get a little scary to watch.
Sometimes as somebody who knows what's going on, it's still scary to watch. And notice one thing that some of the girls have to make sure they do is they have to make sure that the top girl puts their hands on the ground before you release, because some of them are releasing a little early and you can hear that thump. I know they can feel it, but they're doing a good job of playing it off out there to make sure they still stay in a routine. And right now they're closing up their dance. So that was a great routine from Irmo, and I'm very impressed with what they've done over the last couple of years with the squad.
Yeah, great job.
They've gone from being a powerhouse in 4A, and they kind of went away for a while, still there, but now they're back. Now they have all the skills, and I hope everybody realized today how good they really are.
Indeed, a great performance by the Yellow Jackets from Irmo High School. And now we will welcome another school from the Grand Strand of South Carolina, the Conway Tigers. They are coached by Stacy Bainham. So let's welcome to Greenville in the Bilo Center the Tigers from Conway High School.
Conway High School.
There you have it. Stacy Bainham and her Conway Tigers. David Buckman, let's go over to you first. And how would you sum up this performance here put in by Conway?
I think that's a great performance. One thing I could talk about would be their stunt sequence. I think it's probably one of the most dangerous sequences I think I've seen. By danger, I don't mean like someone getting hurt, but I mean like chances for someone to fall. And I think they're about to move into that shortly. But pretty much they do a switch up, low to high, which is already dangerous. Then they bring it down again, kicking their foot. And right now you're going to see them do a hand-to-hand type maneuver where they're going to go upside down, inverted, transition it out. That's very cute, gives them creativity within their stunts. And then they move right into their stunt sequence here. There's a switch up, pump and go up. And this maneuver right here, when they come right back down, is what I see as dangerous. All it takes is a misalignment of the hip, and somebody's coming down, but they do a great job. You can tell they were well trained in doing that stunt.
Yeah, that was the part that stood out to me. As soon as they did that stunt, I couldn't believe it. It's very, very risky to do because all it takes, you could hit it 10 out of 10 times, and then you come to state and one little thing happens, and then it could come crashing down to the ground just because it's that difficult. But they did a really good job. They stuck that stunt. And then they've really, really improved over the years. This is a team that's consistently been out of the Grand Strand competing, and Stacy Bainham does a great job with them. We see them at camp all the time, and each year they're getting better. They're great stunners. Their tumbling has come a long way. You see right here, their jumps are great, go right into that back handspring. They just keep improving.
Yeah, very synchronized as well.
Very synchronized and great technique. And that right there was really different. And how they landed instead of just having the normal landing with their legs together, and then really high kick pulls right there.
Absolutely. Right now they're moving into their second stunt. This is what they have to have. You see a little hiccup to the left side of your screen. That may count as a drop. I'm not sure, but maybe it won't. But right now they're strong, and their pyramid was definitely strong too. You can watch the strength of their bases within it. They're going to spin this up to the top. Nice little save right there at tick-tock. And this is crazy. They're rolling over, and they're going to keep going all the way to the top, and it sticks on the money. So that was a pretty good pyramid, and they're still going. Great job.
Yeah, it looked good. It was solid, and then they just kept going. And then right here, you thought they were done, but then they're going to flip again. And then they're still going, and then they're going to give you another inversion. So Conway did a great job choreographing that routine. I think it will score really well.
Yeah, wonderful routine there by the Conway Tigers. It's just been a fantastic day of competitive cheerleading from start until now, and we've got more to go here at the Bilo Center in Greenville. So let's welcome in another team from nearby. It's the Hillcrest Rams, Coach Michelle Sims. The Hillcrest Rams and Coach Michelle Sims. And Taylor, sometimes you tell your team, what I want you to do the most is finish strong. And I think Hillcrest did just that.
Yeah, they definitely finished strong. I loved how they highlighted the guy throughout the routine. He's obviously a great tumbler. They had some great tumbling in it, and I think that this was a really, really strong routine and probably one of the strongest they've had in the years past.
Yeah, David, your assessment here of the Hillcrest Rams?
I definitely think there was a strong routine, and right now you can see they're highlighting the male tumbling. He's doing his full. He's doing a great job at that. There's a lot of male cheerleaders this year in all of the divisions right now. You got the handsprings majority, so they're going to get score well on that. From here, they're moving into their stunt. Here's their creative end portion. All the way up to the top, clean, solid.
And that's what you got to do.
Exactly. So right now, I mean, this is a great team. You're not going to see as many fools and so forth like you see with some other teams, but this is a difficult division, so they should feel proud of wherever they place.
Yeah, and they did a good job being clean, and I'm sure that's what they were after. If you can't just teach difficulty overnight, but within a season, you can clean a team up, and that looks like exactly what they did. It was clean, and it was really enjoyable. It was visually appealing. They have the two fools right there, and that's going to help their tumbling score. They may not have as many fools as everybody else, but they did what they could. Right here, you'll see their jumps and their motions. They're doing a good job. It just keeps going, and the routine is flowing seamlessly.
What did you think about the cheer element?
That cheer, I mean, it was loud, it was solid, they had pretty good motions. Right now, we can see some of the pyramids. They're doing the inversions. They're rolling up. They're coming from the bottom. Then they're going to pop it back up to the top, which that's a pretty good element as well. A lot of the other 4A teams are taking it straight to the top. But, again, they're not going to get scored badly because as long as you do an inversion, you're going to get the points for it. So great job there. And I like the sign work within their pyramid as well.
Yeah, the signs and the props, like we said, with such a tight division, when you're using the signs and the props, it does nothing but help you. It helps in your creativity score, and that right there, it said, "We are Hillcrest," and it said it in the cheer, so it helped tell the crowd what to yell, and they yelled along with them, and that definitely helped them.
Yeah, and here's the finish with their dance element, which I think really showcased their skills.
Yeah, and then once again, they're highlighting the guy again, and that's obviously he's a strength in this team. So, I mean, if you have it, if you've got it, flaunt it, and they did.
Yep, that dance is the home stretch. Pretty much get it done and get off the floor. And everybody knows, like, usually the dance is at the end, so you've done all this hard work. Don't mess it up in the dance, as they would say, as they would tell us. So right now, good job, Hillcrest.
Yeah, as you see, a great crowd on hand here at the Bilo Center. It's been a wonderful crowd all day long for the 2A, the 3A, and now the 4A state championships. And, folks, we only have 3 more teams left to compete, and coming up next, 4 state championships in the trophy case. Their last one coming in 2003. This is Dutch Fork High School and the Silver Foxes. They are always strong.
Oh, and you can expect difficulty, cleanliness. This team, if they can hit, they're going to be near the top, if not at the top, every single year. They have veteran coaching. This is a really, really good team.
Katie Nunnery is the head coach. Let's take a look at the 2012 Class 4A Championship performance from the Silver Foxes of Dutch Fork High School in Irmo. Well, there you have it. Katie Nunnery, the head coach for the Dutch Fork Silver Foxes. Taylor Easton, you said expect a difficult routine. That's exactly the routine that we saw from Dutch Fork. The level of difficulty was way up there. There is going to be a deduction, unfortunately, but, you know, it was such a difficult routine. I don't know how much that deduction will really hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it was a major fall in the pyramid, but the rest of the routine is really good. You see right there, they have the quarter turn switch up, and then they're going to power press it. Great flexibility right here while they're moving. So, I mean, their stunning section is great. There's 6 stunt groups in the air, so everybody's stunning. It was a really good routine, and it's really unfortunate that they had that fall, because if it had hit, it could have been a completely different story for the placement.
Yeah, these are advanced techniques right here that Dutch Fork is pulling off.
Exactly. Pretty much like the body positions you're seeing. It can't get any harder than that. And right now you see them moving to their tumbling section. You don't see a lot of fulls, but you do see a lot of synchronized tumbling, pretty clean layouts, for good synchronization right there. And I think they close with 1 full, and that may be it right there. So right now they're going into their pyramid section, which within their pyramids, there's some extremely hard elements. You can see a hiccup over here to the left, but they actually fixed that. And one thing I want to note would be actually their switch kick on their backflips right here, which you don't see a lot of people do, and they're catching it, bringing it back up to the top. Strong pyramid, strong stunning team until you see that fall, which is obviously going to be a deduction.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, you have to have short-term memory when you're on the floor. I know one of the things that I learned when I was a cheerleader is you learn how to adjust quickly, and it was almost like you could kind of see it in their faces. They're upset because this is what they worked for all year. But they went out there and then they continue to stick their stunts. You can tell they're upset, but they're continuing to excel. You see right there with that straight leg scorpion in the middle, great flexibility, still great elements, and it's really unfortunate that there was that little hiccup in there.
Yeah, and it's not like this routine got any easier for them after that either.
No,
they still had to
not
go
at all.
out there and stick some very advanced elements.
Yeah, you just have to think clean slate. If anything happens, you just have to keep going, and they did that. You see right here that they pick it back up in the dance with their excitement, because they hit all their elements after the pyramid, and then they come out and hit the dance. So they wanted to finish strong, and they did exactly that. It was a really fun dance to watch.
Yeah, great routine, I thought, for Dutch Fork, the Silver Foxes. Now we will welcome in the Yellow Jackets of Fort Mill High School, making the jump up from 3A to 4A. Here is Coach Jill Matthews and her Fort Mill Yellow Jackets. Well, the Fort Mill Yellow Jackets, they have made the move up from 3A to 4A, and David Buckman, I think they introduced themselves quite nicely to the 4A classification. I think they like this routine that they just put together.
They definitely basically just pushed their way right into one of the top teams in the 4A division. You can notice right now, strong, stunning ability. They're going right back up. Great synchronization into their Scorpions, and then they all full out. Great job with that. Clean transitions. I mean, you can see that they're definitely up there with your Lexingtons, your Boiling Springs, and all these other top teams, your Maldens within this 4A division. They go into their jumps. They're looking clean with that as well. Pretty good job. I'm impressed with Fort Mill, and I heard about them. I hadn't seen them yet, and now I'm definitely impressed and see that all the hype is true.
Yeah, I've been hearing all year, look out for Fort Mill, because they are the real deal in 4A, and they really are. You'll see lots of tumbling, lots of synchronized tumbling going through here. There's a full, and then there's going to be more fulls coming from every direction. So that's the kind of tumbling you're looking for when you're in 4A. You have to have that many fulls in order to max out in 4A, and they did. So right now you'll see they're going into the pyramid section. They're all going to half up into the extensions that are going to be connected. And it's just a nice little visual you'll see with the inversion there in the center. There's just a lot going on. There's no dead time in the pyramid, and that's what the judges want to see.
What about the cleanliness factor?
Definitely, that has to be there. Now you can see some synchronization off in their tumbling, where some girls were flipping before the other ones were supposed to be together. But within their study, their sync is on, and you can see right here they all coming down, coming out together. And like I said, this is the end. They're at their dance, and they're like, hey, we did a good job. Let's finish this thing strong and get on out of here. And you can tell right now they're happy, they're impressed with what they're doing, and I'm pleased with what I saw as well.
Yeah, you'll see right here in their basket section, really nice with the hitch kick fulls and the really big kick full. That's a really great segue into this dance. And you saw their ending was a little bit different than everybody. They don't have that set ending. They knew they hit it, so they just walked off the mat. So that's a different way to end the routine, but for them, I think it worked really well.
All right, folks, we have seen 15 wonderful performances. We started with JL Mann, who really started this competition off nicely. Now it's time to close it. And we've got another great squad out there from the Charleston area. Melissa Cribb brings her Stratford Knights here to Greenville. The last team to compete for the 4A state championship. Here are the Stratford Knights.
Welcome to the Stratford Show! This is a moment to remember forever. Think the Knights will battle down low together.
Well, there you have Melissa Cribb and her Stratford Knights, the final team to perform here on the Red Square at the Bilo Center in Greenville, South Carolina. And Taylor, we'll start with you. They did have that one small little fall. Always hate to see that in the pyramid portion, but overall, your thoughts on Stratford?
Yeah, they're obviously a really, really talented team. It's really unfortunate that they had those few little hiccups throughout the routine, but you can tell that they have talent. This team is one of those teams that people, since they're from the lower state, a lot of people think about their Lexingtons, their Dutch Forks, their Maldens, everything. People a lot of times forget about Stratford, and they like to sneak up in there because they really are the real deal, and they have talent, and today just wasn't their day.
Oh, definitely. And one thing I want to highlight right now is the body positions by Stratford's team. Beautiful body positions. Their heel stretches are gorgeous. They open up with those strong heel stretches, and I think that they know their heel stretches look good, and that's why they display them. Right now, they are actually moving into the pyramid. You got some nice synchronized tumbling into it, and from here they're going to roll it all the way around and popping it right back up to the top. Great job with that. From here, they're going to do one more inversion, flipping it through, and they do a solid job with this pyramid as well.
Yeah, and they have I really like their style. They're really, really sassy throughout the routine, kind of like how Lexington is, how they show off their diva image. You can see it in all of their confidence that they're exuding. I love their style of cheerleading.
Yeah, and this is what I really like too, right here, leading into the dance portion. I thought that was very unique.
Oh, that was creative. They used definitely a cool, different way to start their dance. The dance was hip, had some nice, relevant moves. Then they end with the flags, and those flags definitely raise their creativity points up. So that's definitely something that their coach was thinking about, and it's going to help them out in the end.
All right, we will find out who the 2012 4A State Championship winner will be when we return to Bilo. It could be anybody. This was a great day. To the Bilo Center here in Greenville, South Carolina. You are watching the South Carolina High School League Network.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
We're back at the Bilo Center here in Greenville, South Carolina. We are waiting to find out who we will crown the 2012 4A State Champion in competitive cheerleading. Right now I'm joined by the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League, Mr. Jerome Singleton. And Jerome, I tell you, I think what you need to do, give all these young ladies a trophy here today. Boy, did this crowd get their money's worth or what? From start to finish, we have some athletes here in South Carolina.
Absolutely. This has been one fantastic day for us throughout the whole process. 2A, 3A, and of course we just completed 2A, 3A, and we just completed 4A, and I'm very impressed with the talent.
Yeah, this has been one of the more fun events that we've covered here on the South Carolina High School League Network, and we cover them all. What a fun day. Great crowd here at the Bilo Center, and we really want to encourage more people to get involved. Go out and support your high school athletics, whether it be the competitive cheer, football, basketball, lacrosse, whatever sport it is. Go out and support our young people and let them know that you care.
You're absolutely right. We had so many schools participating today. This is one of the few sports we have that have so many schools represented, and it appears that the community supports them real well, and the excitement, it just never ends.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch backstage behind the curtain, the sportsmanship that is exuded, and that's of course what the South Carolina High School League really likes to promote, sportsmanship. You see those young ladies from opposing teams encouraging each other. They'll go up, they'll hug each other. Sometimes they help them finish their routines from the stands. It's really awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, we're listening to it, and they evidently know the chant better than I do, because they can chant right along with them, and they're just so excited after they completed their routine. You know, they're all over the floor hugging each other. It's like they just won a championship there. So, and they're all true champions, because I think what's more important to them than the trophy is the ability to see it through and and to put a good routine together, and they know when they've done well because they get real excited for themselves.
Yeah, they certainly do, and it's a very fun sport to watch. Talking with Jerome Singleton, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. We're wrapping up fall sports. We've already crowned champions in golf and tennis, in swimming, in volleyball. Now
Cross
today,
country.
cross country. Now today in competitive cheerleading. Next up, we'll have football, and we'll have that for you here too on the South Carolina High School League Network.
Exactly. The next thing we got is our 2 weekends of champions, and it begins next Friday with our 1A class. Then the following Friday with our 2A class, and next Saturday the 3A and 4A class. And it's 2 exciting weekends ahead for us. We hope everybody enjoys their Thanksgiving break and be ready for some real fantastic football.
Well, let me ask you this. Does you and your staff, do y'all take Thanksgiving break? Do you take Christmas? I don't see how you do.
Well, we used to have the championship that weekend after Thanksgiving, so we thought that weekend of Thanksgiving was a break for us. But now that we started having championship that Friday, it's pretty hard to get a break. We'll work Monday and Tuesday, and if we do come in Wednesday, it'll be for a short time, and then we'll take that Thursday, and then of course early that Friday morning, everybody on my staff will be busy doing something.
Yeah, and I wish people could see the hours that it takes. Your staff is not big. It's not huge. We have 400 members, schools in the state of South Carolina's high school league. You don't have the biggest staff in the world. And putting on these types of events, it's a large undertaking. It really takes a lot of effort, a lot of hours. It takes a lot of focus and concentration. And your event planning, y'all have got that down to a T.
You are so right. And I've got a small staff. I've got 4 assistant directors and then 4 clerical staff members. And I'm telling you, everybody plays a role, and everybody has to help everybody. But the thing that's fortunate about us is we don't mind pitching in. They all wear different hats. And those that are responsible for the individual sports, like Drew's responsible for cheer, and she really dives into it. I mean, that's what she really works to make work. But her support with the other assistants, they work so hard to make sure that this is successful because they know that this is what she does.
Yeah, and we also get other support from other entities like the Coaches Association. We work very closely with them. The Officials Association, we work very closely with them. And also with our corporate sponsors, we work very closely with them.
No doubt, and everybody plays a role, and I would be foolish to think that we can accomplish this without everybody playing their part and helping us with it. You're so right when we talk about the Coaches Association, because they really want to see their sport progress and benefit, so they all pitch in, and they're clamoring to do it. I mean, they do it just out of goodness of their heart. What can we do to make it good? What can we do to make it better? How can we help? We look forward to having those around. The same thing with the officials and our corporate sponsors. I can't say enough about them. They have really stepped up and wanted to be a part because they really believe what we're doing. Now, again, Team IP, they've been with us for years. Huddle Tickets, Planet HS, which is going to be new on the block, and we've got some great things coming from them. The Armed Services, the U.S. Army, Spalding, they've helped us so much. Rollins and Play On Sports, guys like yourself, have given us an opportunity to take this to another level. We are nationally or internationally known because of that.
Yeah, when David Rudolph and Robert Rothberg and others from Play On Sports helped you create this South Carolina High School League Network 4 years ago, I don't think we ever imagined how big it would get and how popular it would become.
You're so right. And we're so fortunate to have began this partnership because it really worked well for us. And in fact, I think we're one of the pioneers of it because they've taken the blueprint that they've created with us and went to other states, and they're doing the same thing. So we're real happy to be a part of this process.
Well, we are happy to be a part of it as well. Thank you so much for joining us. It's time, getting really close, to announce the winner here of the Class 4A State Championship. What a day, what a crowd, what fun we have had. And Jerome, thank you for allowing us to come here and enjoy such a spectacle. This has been wonderful.
Oh, thank you. And we'll crown a champion in a run-up today, but please know that all teams are champions.
Yes, they certainly are. Thank you so much. Jerome Singleton, Commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. When we return, the big reveal. We'll find out who will be crowned the 2012 state champion in the Class 4A Competitive Cheer Championships.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today. My name is Paul. I work for Time Warner Cable as a network engineer. Working with Connect a Million Minds, I've gotten to see how the minds of a lot of young people work. It's watching the light bulb come on, and you really understand that child just had a spark go off. and you helped create that spark.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Welcome back to Greenville, South Carolina, the Bilo Center. And this has been one of the tightest competitions for the 4A state championship that we have ever seen in the state of South Carolina. I understand that it is one of the closest scores that we have ever seen between first and second. Let's find out who it's going to be. Lexington will finish as the runner-up. The Wildcats put together a awesome performance. We were just blown away by Lexington. But, you know, we started this broadcast, Taylor, and we said this is the tightest field. It could be anybody's game. And we really didn't talk about Lexington. They come out and just blow us away. So it could be anybody following Lexington for the championship. And look at how happy Lexington is to finish as the runner-up. (2012) Class 4A runner-up, the Lexington Wildcats. They really did put together a wonderful, wonderful performance here. We will find out who your 2012 state champion will be in just a moment. As you see, highlights from that wonderful, difficult routine there from the Lexington Wildcats. It was absolutely mind-boggling what they did. And all of these teams today, J.L. Mann, Burns, Malden, Lexington, Dorman, Woodhampton, Bluffton, Nation Ford, Bowling Springs, Northwestern, Irmo, Conway, Hillcrest, Dutch Fork, Fort Mill, Stratford put on a show here today for this crowd in Greenville and for those watching at home on the SCHSL network. It was fantastic.
It was definitely fantastic. And Lexington, strong team, tons of difficulty. And I'm curious to see who's going to win this thing right now.
It could be anybody's guess. We saw Malden, very strong. Northwestern, Boiling Springs. Burns put together a great routine. It was just so many good performances here today. So let's take a look now as Lexington receives their medals here on the SCHSL network. Congratulations to the Lexington Wildcats coach Shannon Kennedy. What an amazing performance. They finished as the runner-up here today out of 16 teams in what was such a competitive 2012 Class 4A state championship, and quite an honor for Lexington to put together such a performance and take the runner-up trophy.
Oh yeah, and you can see that they're so excited, and that's what you have to be, because they gave the performance of a lifetime. I had goosebumps when I was watching them, so they should be very proud of what they've done today.
All right, now we'll find out, David, who it will be. It could be Malden. It could be Bowling Springs Northwestern. It could be anybody.
It's anybody's competition. Just like I said earlier, it's what shade of perfect did you want. So right now we're going to find out who the judges chose as their 4A champion.
But hands down, I think the consensus here at our table, this will go down for a long, long time as one of the best all-around performances from start to finish from
Absolutely.
16 teams here in the 4A division.
I've never seen anything like it,
It
ever.
was absolutely wonderful, and it was a close, close contest.
Boiling Springs.
There it is, your 2012 Class 4A state champs, Boiling Springs. Runners-up a year ago in 2011, 2012, they dialed it in. The Bulldogs are your state champs, and they are dogpiling right now. There it is. Boy, are they happy. And David, you said after their performance, you thought they had it in the bag, and that was even after that wonderful performance from Lexington.
Oh, definitely. And right now you can just tell that being clean is the way to go. And Lexington was jam-packed full of really difficult tumbling and so forth, but Boiling Springs had some of the same elements, but they were cleaner. And at the end of the day, the clean team's going to win. And look at the screen. You can tell right now why they're the Class 4A 2012 state champs.
Yeah, they were the complete package. I don't think there was one single thing in their routine that I could have picked out that went wrong.
And what a moment right now, David, for the Bowling Springs Bulldogs. They had put so much work into building their program. They finished as runner-up last year, and they had a wonderful performance a year ago, just edged out by Malden. And you just see these girls, tears flowing right now. They rushed the red mat, dogpiling each other. They are so happy it all came together today.
Absolutely, and I'm pretty sure for some of these girls who are seniors, this is the best moment they will probably have in their cheerleading career. A lot of them will move on to college cheerleading. Some of them may not, and for those who don't, they will remember this day forever, and I'm extremely happy for these girls right now.
Well, there you have it, the 2012 state champs, Class 4A, the Bowling Springs Bulldogs. Let's watch as they receive their championship trophy, and those tears will be flowing for quite a while.
Kaylee West. Cassie Witt. Lawson Miller. And Peyton Worley. Rachel Floyd. Mascot Tyler Dillard. Assistant coach Dottie Wingo. And the head coach Tina Stenson. We would like the captains and head coach to come forward to receive the trophy. Class 4A.
What an emotional day for Bowling Springs as they raise the championship trophy. All that hard work and effort paying off. They nailed a performance today in one of the deepest competitions we have ever seen. All 16 teams today in the 4A state championship. But Boiling Springs finishes on top. They will take home the trophy after finishing as runner-up a year ago in 2011. What a wonderful performance by Bowling Springs and everybody else here today. Well, for our entire broadcast crew, for my broadcast partners who are absolutely wonderful, David Buckman and Taylor Easton, I am Birch Antley saying goodbye from the Bilo Center in Greenville, South Carolina. We will talk to you next time here on the South Carolina High School League Network.
Score sheets will be picked up stage right. Drew next to my stage right. All score sheets.